Rice pudding is one of those universal desserts you find all over the world in many countries. Mexicans have a version where the rice is cooked in water first and then milk is added. In Europe, usually the rice is cooked in milk directly without the use of any water. It's a dessert for any occasion, and the good thing about it, it's not as sweet as many other desserts. We don't need much. Of course, we need rice. This should be a short grain or medium grain rice. I'm using a Calrose, which is ideal for rice pudding. Then we need some milk. You can use whole milk or skim milk, whichever you prefer. I'm using whole milk. It simply tastes creamier and better. Then we need some vanilla sugar. This is a homemade vanilla sugar. Whenever I scrape out a vanilla pod, I retain the pod, toss it into a container with some sugar, and then I have vanilla sugar whenever I need it. Looks like this. So there's the vanilla pods. And I just have that in my pantry, and whenever I need a spoonful, it's nicely flavored vanilla sugar. Then we need a little bit of butter, just to toast the rice initially, before we add the milk and all that. And then, of course, we need a pinch of salt, which you can never skip when doing a dessert. If you don't have vanilla sugar or don't want to use those vanilla sugar packets, use real vanilla extract and regular sugar in the recipe. You start with a pot. Heat that up and you add about a tablespoon of butter. Once the butter is hot, you add your rice. You want every granule coated by the butter. And now we're just going to toast the rice for a few minutes. You don't really want to brown that rice, you just want to toast it a little bit. Okay, I think this is good enough. It already smells nice. Add your 2 cups of milk. Make sure you stir a lot because you don't want stuff to stick to the bottom. So this is a crucial phase now. So don't go too high on the heat because that will make the milk more likely to stick to the bottom. Once it starts boiling, go down with the heat to a low and keep stirring. Okay, so we're a few minutes in. Now let's add our sugar and let's add a pinch of salt. You always want a pinch of salt in sweet things. Put a lid on and let this do its thing for about 15 minutes. Make sure it's really, really low. Better err on too low than too high, because this will essentially continue cooking with the residual heat in the pot alone. It's been a good 15 minutes. Let's see where we stand. Oh, look, the rice is coming along. We'll put the lid back on and let it continue doing its thing for maybe another 10 to 15 minutes. In about another 8 minutes, I peeked in there and it's pretty much done. There, this is the consistency we want. Heat off, and now all you have to do is put it into some kind of vessel that you like. There we go. And there is excellent rice pudding. Let this cool down. Top it with some kind of fruit compote or with cinnamon and sugar, or just eat it on its own.
And if rice pudding is too boring for you, here's an excellent recipe for an Austrian torn pancake you should watch next.